let's start our today's session. Before going to teach new topic, let me know what is the answer of yesterday's homework. I have given two examples, right? What is the answer of yesterday's homework? Raise your hand who have done your homework. I want final answer only. Okay. Yes. Vidhi, I am going to unmute you. Tell me final answer. Yes, Vidhi.
Ma'am, first sum or second sum?
Anyone. Let
Okay.
me, a Laplace of sine root t, right?
Yes. For that sum, I got the answer is under root of pi upon s by s raised to 3 by 2 bracket 1 by 2 minus 1 upon 8s plus 1 upon 192 s square.
Okay, see, this one is right. Thank you, Vidhi. See, root pi upon 2 s raised to 3 by 2. You have written your answer in the form of series. And if we convert this series into the function, then that is e raised to minus 1 by 4s. Yes, thank you. Very good. And the second example. Anyone else? Second example. Yes, Parmit, I am going to unmute you.
Hello.
Yes, Parmit.
Yes. 1 by 2 bracket में 3s square plus 13 by s to the power 4 plus 10s square plus 169 plus s square plus 5 upon s to the power 4 minus 6x square plus 25.
Very good. Thank you, Parmit. So students, this is the hint for the solution of the second example, and this one is the final answer. Okay. Who has not tried to done, please try yourself, and if you find any query, contact me, right, through Telegram. So let's start our today's session, students. Yesterday we did two topics, right? First we apply the formula direct to the example, and second is first shifting theorem. Anyone recall the first shifting theorem? What is the first shifting theorem? Okay. See, Laplace of f of t is equal to what? Integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt. But, oh, sorry. But Laplace of f e raised to minus at f of t is equal to here f of s, right? Capital F of s. Now, Laplace of e raised to minus f of t is equal to capital. This is f of f, student. This one is capital F. This is s, right? So here is f of s plus a. If the power of e is positive, then we'll put here f of s minus a. Okay, this is the statement of the first shifting. This is the statement of the first shifting theorem. So let's start today second shifting theorem. See, second shifting theorem, the statement of the second shifting theorem is if Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s and g of t is the another function, is defined as f of t minus a, where t is greater than a and equal to 0, if t is less than a, then Laplace of g of t is equal to e raised to minus as f of s. Okay. So this is the statement of the second shifting theorem. Students, you may ask the proof of the first shifting theorem as well as the second shifting theorem. Okay. So you have to do the proof of both the theorem. So let's start the proof. First, we start with the Laplace of f of t, our definition. That is the integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt. We want to prove the Laplace of g of t. So what about the Laplace of g of t? As per the definition, we replace our function f of t by g of t, right? So here, integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st g of t into dt. Now, our given function g of t is a discontinuous function. It is when t is less than a, means t is lies between 0 to a, function is 0. And where t is greater than a, when t is a to infinity, our function is f of t minus a. So we represent or we rewrite this integration with the given function, with the given discontinuity, that is for 0 to a, e raised to minus at, at that time our function is 0. And for a to infinity, e raised to minus st, our function is f of t minus a. Got it, everyone? So first term is 0. 0 into anything is 0 and integration of 0 is 0. So first term is 0. Now for the second term, here we cannot direct integrate, right? Integrate. That's why we assume t minus a equal to x. So putting t minus a equal to x, it means dt is equal to dx. Here, our lower limit is a, student. See, in the second term, our lower limit is a and upper limit is infinity. So if we transform our variable t to x, so when t is equal to a, so if I put t equal to a here, so a minus a is 0, so x is equal to 0. And where t tends to infinity, x tends to infinity. So when we convert t into the x, our limit will convert into the 0 to infinity. So here 0 to infinity, e raised to minus st. But t is what? A plus x. Here, if we put t as a subject, t value of t is a plus x. So here a plus x. Here f of t minus a, right? See, in the last term, this one, f of t minus a. But we represent this t minus a as x. So this is f of x dx. Okay. After simplification, here e raised to minus as into, this will represent as 0 to infinity, e raised to minus ax minus sx. So we also represent into e raised to minus sx into fx dx, right? So this is the constant term. So we'll put out of the integral. So we put here e raised to minus as, and the rest of the term is integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus sx f of x into dx. This one is nothing but f of s. X is a variable, student. So we may write x or we may write t, both are same. So this is again just this part. Okay, just this integral is equal to f of s. So our final answer is e raised to minus as into this f of s. What we want to prove. See here, Laplace of g of t is equal to e raised to minus as into f of s. So this is the proof of the second shifting theorem. Okay, let's start the example. And that is, our first example is, find the Laplace transform of g of t, where g of t is cos t minus a, where t greater than a, and equal to 0, where t less than a. Students, every time when you have to apply second shifting theorem, your given function has a specific format, and that format is the one function is defined for t for the specific value. T is greater than this specific value and t is less than the same value, right? So let's start the solution. Here our function, what is f of t? F of t is cos t, and it, see, gt is cos t minus a, right? So we, with the help of gt, we write here our function of t, and here our function of t is just cos t. So function of t is cos t. What is the Laplace of f of t? Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, and Laplace of cos t. Cos t is s upon s square plus 1. You know, right? Laplace of cos t is s upon s square plus 1. Now, by second shifting theorem, we have to just write what about the Laplace of g of t, and that is e raised to minus as, and this answer. Okay. Similarly, this is the first example, and all examples are very small. So they may be asked for 2 or 3 marks only. See the another example. Find the Laplace transform of g of t, where t minus 1 whole raised to 3, and this, see, this is our a. This one is our a, and our condition is for when t greater than 1 and when t less than 1. See, in the last, see, this is a, right? This one is. So condition is for the great t, where t is greater than a, where t is less than a. In the second example, where t is greater than 1, t is less than 1, right? So I am telling you when you have given this kind of example in exam, by this you may recognize this example is of the second shifting method, right? Here, what is our function of t? Function of t is t raised to 3. We have to skip this minus a term, right? So our function of t is t cube. Now the Laplace of function of t is what? Capital F of s, and the Laplace of t cube. Laplace of t cube is 3 factorial upon s raised to n. Here we apply the formula t raised to n, where n is any whole number, that is n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1, right? So here Laplace of t cube is 3 factorial upon s raised to 4. By second shifting theorem, we have to just put e raised to minus s. Why just minus? See, here we have to write e raised to minus as, but our value of a is 1 in this example. So we put just e raised to minus s, 3 factorial upon s raised to 4. Okay. Any doubts, friends, about this till this example? If you have any doubt, you may ask through chat box, or you may raise your hand. Okay. Okay. So no doubt is there. So let's move for, see, I'm giving you one example. Everyone try to solve that example. What is the answer of Laplace of find the, our question is find Laplace transform f of t is equal to, everyone write down this question. You have to do by yourself. Find the Laplace transform of f of t is equal to find 5 sine 3 t minus pi by 4, where t greater than pi by 4 and equal to 0, where t less than pi by 4, right? This is for homework. You have to do by yourself. Okay. Find the Laplace transform when f of t is equal to 5 sine 3 t minus pi by 4 when t greater than pi by 4 and equal to 0 when t less than pi by 4. So this is the very small topic, students, and let's move for one another topic. It is the most IMP topic. Definitely one example will come from this topic. And the proof of the theorem also will be asked in the exam. This topic is known as the differentiation of Laplace transform. The name of the topic is differentiation of Laplace transform. It is also known as multiplication by t. Okay. So the statement of this topic is, if Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, then Laplace of t raised to n into f of t is equal to minus 1 raised to n d raised to n upon ds raised to n into f of s. Okay. So let's start the proof of this statement. See, as per the given definition of the Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, and that is integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt. Differentiating on both sides with respect to s. So if we take differentiation with respect to s, that is d by ds of f of s, and the right hand side d by ds of integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt. If I put this d by ds in the integral, it will convert into the partial form, that is del by del s. Okay. So if I put this derivative in the integral, it will convert into the del by del s. Now, what is the derivative of this e raised to minus st with respect to s? That is minus t e raised to minus st, right? The derivative of e raised to minus st with respect to s, that is e raised to minus st itself into minus t. So we'll put minus t before. So minus t e raised to minus st. Got it, everyone? Now, I just rewrite this term as e raised to minus st and minus t into ft together. I just put minus t into ft together in the one bracket. Okay, both are same. Okay. So, if I put this minus sign out of the integral, the term is what? Integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st t ft dt. Now listen carefully. See, this side. Integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt will put Laplace of f of t. See here, if I write Laplace of f of t is equal to definition. So Laplace of f of t is equal to integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt, right? See, when you have given Laplace of f of t, you may write this. If you have given the right hand side, you may write your left hand side. Similarly, with the help of your right hand side, if you have your right hand side is 0 to infinity e raised to minus st, here tft, this one is tft dt, right? Then what is your left hand side here? What is your left hand side here, students? Your left hand side with the help of right hand side. Here just f of t. So you may write your left hand side Laplace of f of t. So here t f of t. So your left hand side is Laplace of t f of t. Got it? Minus sign here. So we'll put minus sign also. Got it, everyone? So I put here integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st t f of t is equal to Laplace of t f of t minus sign before that. Anyone have any doubt about this till this step? Let me know. Anyone have any doubt? If you have no doubt, just tell me no doubt. Okay, answers are coming that no doubt. If anyone have any doubt, you may ask. Okay, no doubt. So see here, our left hand side is what, students? Here our left hand side is this one, d by ds of f of s, right? So if I put minus sign in the left hand side, so my final answer is what? Laplace of t f of t is equal to minus d by ds of f of s. Laplace of t f of t is equal to minus d by ds of f of s. Similarly, if I do the same process again, I will get Laplace of t square f of t is equal to minus 1 square d square upon ds square f of s. And by doing the same process simultaneously, in general, Laplace of t raised to n f of t is equal to minus 1 raised to n d raised to n upon ds raised to n f of s. Okay, so this is the proof of the differentiation of the Laplace transform, or we can say multiplication by t theorem. So let's start the example of this topic. And it is the most important, students. This theorem as well as example of this topic are most important. Let's start first question, and that is, find the Laplace transform of t sine at. How do you recognize this example is from the differentiation of Laplace transform? Here one term is t raised to n, and the multiplication term is function of t, right? This t raised to n may be 1, 2, or 3. But in most of the case, in our syllabus, the power of t is either 1 or either 2, not more than 2. Okay. So when your question is like this, t raised to n into f of t, you have to apply this method, differentiation of Laplace transform. So first, we have to start the solution with Laplace of sine at, because here our function of t is sine at. So Laplace of sine at is equal to a upon s square plus a square. Got it, everyone? But we want to find the Laplace of t sine at. Here the power of t is 1. So I put just minus 1 and 1 derivative. If I want to find the Laplace of t square sine at, then I have to write minus 1 square and 2 times derivative, d square upon ds square of Laplace sine at. See, I am just applying this formula, students, this one. Here, the power of t is 1, so I minus 1 raised to 1, so there is just minus 1, and n is 1, so there is just 1 derivative. If power of t is 2, so we have to put minus 1 square and second derivative. Got it? Okay. So as here only one t is there, so we have to find minus sign d by ds, and Laplace of sine t is what? A upon s square plus a square, right? Now we want to do the derivative differentiation of this term with respect to s. So we are applying here u by v rule. So s square plus a square the whole square, denominator square, s square plus a square. A is constant term, so the derivative of a with respect to s is 0. Now minus a, keep it the same, and the derivative of s square plus a square with respect to s, that is 2s. So after simplification, the first term is 0 and the minus 2as, and minus plus. So Laplace of t sine at is 2as upon s square plus a square the whole square. Okay, let's take one more example for the more understanding. Find the Laplace transform of t cos square t. Here our function of t is what, students? Multiple of t is cos square t. So our function of t is cos square t. So first we find the Laplace of cos square t, but we cannot direct find the Laplace of this square term, right? That's why we convert this cos square t into the 1 plus cos 2t by 2. So the Laplace of 1 plus cos 2t by 2. So 1/2 is common, Laplace of 1 and Laplace of cos 2t, right? So what is the Laplace of 1? Laplace of 1 is 1 by s. Laplace of cos 2t is s upon s square plus 4, right? So this is the answer of Laplace of cos square t. But we want to find the Laplace of t into cos square t. And as per the rule, as t is the in the multiplication term, so we have to write minus d by ds, minus and work derivative with respect to s of this Laplace of cos square t. So minus d by ds, and this Laplace of cos square t is what? 1/2 1 by s plus s upon s square plus 4, right? So we'll do derivative separately. The differentiation of 1 by s is what? Minus 1 upon s square. Differentiation of 1 by s minus 1 upon s square. And in the second term, we'll apply u by v rule, that is s square plus 4 the whole square, s square plus 4, keep it the same. And the derivative of s with respect to s, that is 1 minus s, keep it same. And the derivative of s square plus 4 is 2s. After simplification, this is s square, this is minus 2s square, and this one is plus 4. So this is s square minus 4 upon 2 s square plus 4. One student has doubt there. Yes, Akhilesh? I'm going to unmute you. What is your doubt?
Ma'am, can't we write s upon s square plus 4 as log of s square plus 4 by 2?
Just a minute. Here? Yes. What?
Sorry, it was my mistake. Sorry.
Okay. So, got it, everyone? Any doubt? You may ask. If you have no doubt, let me know. So, we'll continue our next example. If you have any doubt, you may raise your hand or okay. So, students, as I told you, you may see that here all topics are connected with each other, right? In this case, we apply the direct formula of the Laplace transform. And this topic is again connect with our next topic. So if you understand all topics of the basic of the Laplace transform, then and only then you can do the next topic, right? So let's start our third example. That is, find the Laplace transform of t sine 3t cos 2t. Now, what is our function of t is here? Here, the multiple of t is what, student? F of t is equal to sine 3t cos 2t, right? So now, first we want to find the Laplace transform of this sine 3t cos 2t, but we cannot directly find the Laplace of sine 3t cos 2t. That's why we convert this term into the sine phi t plus sine t by 2 by the formula of 2sc is equal to s plus s. You all aware about this formula, right? As it is come from school days. Here S for sine and C for cos. So by multiplying and divide with the 2, we have here 2 sine 3t cos 2t, and that is sine phi t plus sine t upon 2. Now we'll apply Laplace, or we can say we'll apply the linearity property. 1/2 is common for both the term, and by Laplace of sine phi t is what? Laplace of sine phi t is phi upon s square plus phi, and Laplace of sine t is 1 upon s square plus 1, right? So this is the Laplace of function of t. But we want, and upon function of t is what? Sine 3t cos 2t. But we want find the Laplace of t sine 3t cos 2t, right? T sine 3t cos 2t. So minus d by ds Laplace of sine 3t cos 2t. So the derivative of, we'll find the derivative individually, differentiation individually. So the derivative of first term, that is here minus 2s upon s square plus 25 the whole square, and here minus 1 upon s minus 1 s upon s square plus 1 the whole square, right? So this is the derivative of first term with respect to s, and this one is the derivative of second term with respect to f. And after simplification, this is our final answer. This 2 will be cancelled, and this minus minus is plus, right? So, okay, I think there is mistake in the minus sign here. It will be converted into the plus, right? This one is also. Okay, students. So any doubt? Any doubt, students, about this example? If you have any doubt, okay. So we'll move for the next, and that is about t square. So find the Laplace transform of t square cos hyperbolic pi t. Here the multiplication of t square is what? Cos hyperbolic pi t. So this is our function. So here function is f of t is cos hyperbolic pi t, and Laplace of cos hyperbolic pi t is s upon s square minus pi square, right? Now Laplace of t square, till now we do the example of t into f of t. So this is the example of t square into f of t. So here minus 1 square d square upon ds square Laplace of cos hyperbolic pi t. So minus 1 square, so it will convert into the positive sign. So we'll neglect it, and d square of ds square, and Laplace of cos hyperbolic pi t is what? S upon s square minus pi square, right? Now we'll do the first derivative. So we'll put d by ds, and here the derivative of this d by ds of first derivative of s upon s square minus pi square, right? So the first derivative with respect to s of s upon s square minus pi square, and that is 1 upon s square minus pi square minus 2s square upon s square minus pi square the whole square. Now this is the answer of the first derivative, but we want to find the second derivative also. The second derivative is minus 2s upon s square minus pi square the whole square minus 4s upon s square minus pi square the whole square plus 4s square upon s square minus pi square the whole cube. This is the LCM, and after simplification, this is our final answer, students. And this is the most important when you find your second derivative, or when you find the Laplace of the t square of any function, your power of the denominator, most of the 3. Okay, your power of the denominator is 3. After simplification, your power of your denominator is 3. You may solve, you may find derivative by using u by v rule also. Here they apply u into v rule. Here s is u, and 1 upon s square minus pi square is v. So here we apply derivative d by ds of s into 1 upon s square minus pi square, right? This is u into v rule. But if you wish, you will apply u by v rule. Okay. So this is the answer of the given example. See, if you have given one example for yourself, that is find the Laplace of t square sine t square sine omega t. Okay. This question is also from the GTU. It was from 2016, right? So you have to do this example by yourself. Laplace, find Laplace t square sine omega t. Okay. Let's move with one more and the last example. That is, find the Laplace transform of t square e raised to t sine 4t. Okay. In this question, there are three terms in the multiplication form, right? T square e raised to t sine 4t. So what we have to do first? Anyone? What is our function of t? Normally, we'll apply multiple of t square is our function of t. But listen carefully. When three terms are there, yes, Parmeet, very good, you are right. Where three terms are there, a multiple of t square and exponential term, that is fine, sine 4t is your function of t. So here f of t is sine 4t, right? So first you have to find the Laplace of sine 4t. And that is what? Laplace of sine 4t is 4 upon s square plus 16. Right? Now what next? Next is you have to find Laplace of t square sine 4t first. You have to find Laplace of t square sine 4t. We'll apply exponential term at last. For the exponential term, we'll apply first shifting theorem, right? So we'll apply exponential term at last. Okay, so what about the Laplace of t square sine 4t? That is minus 1 square d square upon ds square, and that is 4 upon s square plus 16, right, students? So minus 1 square is 1. Here d by ds and first derivative of d by ds of 4 upon s square plus 16, right? So what is the answer of first derivative of 4 upon s square plus 16? Anyone? That is d by ds. Here 8 is 4 into 2s upon s square plus 16 whole square. This is our first derivative. Now we'll find the second derivative of this term, and here minus sign. So minus d by ds of 8s upon s square plus 16 whole square, right? Now, what is the derivative of these? 8s upon s square plus 16 whole square. Anyone? You have to find the derivative of these 8s upon s square plus 16 whole square. That is minus here 8s plus 16 square raised to square, that is raised to 4. Here in the numerator s square plus 16 whole square. The derivative of numerator is what? Derivative of numerator is just 8 minus 8s, keep it the same, and the derivative of the denominator, that is 2 s square This is 2s square plus 16 into 2s, right? Into 2s. We applying here chain rule also. After simplification, see here s square plus 16 whole square, and in the second term again s square plus 16. So if we get s square plus 16 common, so it will cut from the numerator and denominator, and after simplification, students, our final answer is 8 3s square minus 16 whole divided by s square plus 16. Here is s square, right? Not 8s, s square. This is, sorry, here our denominator is not 8s, this is s square. So this is s square plus 16 whole cube. One bracket will cancel. But this is the answer of what? This answer is Laplace of t square sine 4t, right? But we want to find the Laplace of t square e raised to t sine 4t. So what we have to do? We have to apply first shifting theorem. And after applying first shifting theorem, what is the answer? What we have to do? What we have to do, students? For the Laplace of t square e raised to t sine 4t, this is the answer of just t square sine 4t. We have to apply first shifting theorem, which we learn in our yesterday's lecture. Yes, very good, Dev. We have to replace our s by s minus 1. Yes, Loka, thank you. You are also right. See, students, s e raised to t is there. So multiple of t is positive. So we have to replace our s by s minus 1, and our answer is 8, 3, here s minus 1 whole square minus 16, right? And in the denominator, s minus 1 whole square plus 16 whole raised to 3, right? And after simplification, our final answer is 8. This one is 3s square minus 6s minus 13 whole by s square minus 2s plus 17 whole cube. Okay. So this is the final answer. And please, students, everyone, f of s plus a. Yes. So everyone, please keep in your mind, when you have asked find the Laplace transform for 3 terms and in your and all are in the multiplicative form, you have to apply exponential term at last. It is not a rule, but it is easy. If you find the Laplace of sine 4t first, then you may apply first theorem, and then you do the 2 times derivative. It is also possible, but it may be lengthy. It may take longer time for the solution, right? So when you have asked any question like this, you have to first find Laplace of whatever multiple of t and exponential term. Then you have to apply the derivative. It means you have to apply the t raised to n formula. And at last, you have to apply the first shifting theorem. Okay, students? So I am giving you one example for your homework. Everyone note down. Find the Laplace transform of t square e raised to minus 2t sine 3t. T square e raised to minus 2t sine 3t. Okay. So, anyone have any doubt about today's session? See, till now, we learn about the two most IMP topic. The first topic is the basic, that we have to apply the direct formula on the given example. And the second is first shifting theorem. And our today's topic, that is the differentiation of Laplace transform. These both are most IMP topic. It will help you in your tomorrow's lectures also, right? So if you have no doubt, you may leave the today's session. If you have any doubt, any query, you may ask. Okay, no doubt is there. So thank you so much, students.